Welcome back, boys and girls. So it's another week at Camp Read a Lot, and I have some really fun things to talk to you about. And I want to introduce to you this is Kisses. She's an ostrich. Isn't she fun? So, Kisses is here because something happened that's very exciting this week. So, I don't know if you've ever heard of an idiom, but an idiom is a saying. Some of you guys might have heard of it at school, but an idiom is a saying that doesn't exactly mean what it says. So, for example, the idiom an empty nest doesn't literally mean that a nest is empty. Miss Castillo has an empty nest, and what that really means is that my children have moved away from home and gone off to college. And the reason I bring it up is because Hoot and Hedgewick have an empty nest this week. And literally, I have their nest here. Theirs is literally an empty nest. But the reason why, isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I wish I had a little bit more light. I might have to add a little bit of light. It's nice to have a little bit dark for our fireside chat, but you can't see things very well. Anyway, their nest is empty because this week their baby Hazel went off to college. She chose WSU, Washington State University, which is the Cougars. And the reason that she chose that college is because they have a raptor program. A raptor means a bird of prey. And what that means is like owls and eagles and osprey and all kinds of birds that actually hunt for their food. They don't eat bird seed. Actually they do eat fish. They eat fish and small rodents and animals, but they actually hunt. And they have a raptor program at WSU that rescues raptors. What that means is, like if a bird gets hurt out in nature, you can call WSU at the raptor program, and they have a veterinary school there. And you can take the bird down, or they'll come get the bird and try to nurse it back to health. Actually, when I was a first year teacher at Lewis and Clark Elementary, a long, long time ago, I had the WSU Raptor program come and visit our school, and they brought with them some beautiful birds, hawks and eagles and owls. And so that's why Hazel went down there, is because of that Raptor program. So pretty cool. And I'm hoping that Hoot and Hedgewick fly home safely and get home in time for camp next week. But this week, I have Kisses here that's going to hang out with us. Okay, I have some really fun. And also too, so this is really great. I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm a little bit worried about the light, but I have Hoot and Hedgewick's wedding album. So their wedding album is here. There's a lot of glare on it. Let me see if there's a better picture to show you. I don't know if you can see it. This way. Can you see Hoot and Hedgewick when they got married? Anyway, what I'm going to do is, this is a book that also has my students at the time that they got married. Oh, and this is a really sweet picture. Okay, maybe I'll hold it. There's just a lot of glare on it. There we go. So that's when they got married. So the students in my class wrote love stories, and we had a wedding reception. And you can see some of the students at the wedding reception. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this book in the library. You can't check it out, but you can look at it while you're in the library and read some of the kids' stories and see. They also drew pictures. Let me see a fun picture here. There are lots of them. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Look at that picture of Hoot and Hedgewick when they got married. So anyway, I'm going to leave this in the library for you to be able to look at there. And it's good to have, it's kind of a glossy coated book. And so we can wipe it down between classes. So that will be safe. Another thing I wanted to show you is, I hope you enjoyed the Wonky Donkey last week. It's really fun. Guess what? There are other books by the same author. And one of the really cool things that we're going to do is We are going to try to earn badges. Like at camp, sometimes if you do special things, you can earn a badge. And one of the badges is for an author study. So this is The Wonky Donkey. The same author wrote this book called The Dinky Donkey. And look at it's about a little tiny donkey. And also this one about the Grinny Granny Donkey. So I am going to hopefully maybe some teachers at our school or some of the grown-ups at our school will volunteer to do these as a read aloud. And if they do, you could do a little author study, like a poster or a little report about the different books. And so that's a way that you can earn a badge. There are going to be other badges that we talk about too, but that would be really fun. So hopefully that will happen. Today, I thought it would be really fun to read some poetry. And one of my very favorite authors is Shel Silverstein. And this is my very favorite book that he has. It's called Where the Sidewalk Ends, although he has one called The Giving Tree that I really love too. And one that's called, I think, Lafcadio that I really liked as well. But he also wrote this book, Runny Babbitt, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So I have a few poems that I want to read you. The first one is really silly. It's called Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. Okay, that's the title of it. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Went for a ride in a flying shoe. Hooray! What fun! It's time we flew, said Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle was captain and Pickle was crew, and Tickle served coffee and mulligan stew. As higher and higher and higher they flew, Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Look at this crazy illustration. One of the things I love about Shel Silverstein books is that he has these amazing just pen and ink drawings. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, over the sun and beyond the blue. I'm sorry, I'm going to start that line over again. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, over the sun and beyond the blue. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do, cried Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, never returned to the world they knew, and nobody knows whatever happened to Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Okay, so that's kind of fun. It's a rhyming poem. Did you hear the rhyming pattern? This one is really silly. So this one is called Captain Hook. And I want you to listen here and look at this picture of Captain Hook. There he is. Oh my. Okay, listen to this poem. Captain Hook. Captain Hook must remember not to scratch his toes. Captain Hook must watch out and never pick his nose. Captain Hook must be gentle when he shakes your hand. Captain Hook must be careful, opening sardine cans. And playing tag and pouring tea and turning pages of his book, lots of folks I'm glad I ain't, but mostly Captain Hook. And one more picture. This one is called Hug a War. And for those of you guys who know me, I love to give hugs. And we've been having to do virtual hugs, which is like you put your arm on your shoulder and you put your other arm on your shoulder and you squeeze, and it's a virtual hug. And that's what we've been having to do since COVID. But it'll be nice when we get back to being able to do real hugs. Hug a War. I will not play at tug a war. I'd rather play at hug a war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. And look at, I don't know if these are two sisters. Oh, whoopsie. Two sisters or two friends. They're giving a hug, but that's a nice poem. This one is probably my very favorite one. It is called Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunky sour cottage cheese. Or chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window and blocked the door with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of blackburn buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled down the hall, it raised the roof, it broke the wall. And look at this drawing of the garbage. Oh my goodness. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that it finally touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come and play. And finally, Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout and always take the garbage out. Okay, I have one more poem in this book that I want to read, and it's really funny. And it kind of, let's see, pay attention to it and see if you notice anything kind of peculiar about this poem. It's called Smart. My dad gave me $1 'cause I'm his smartest son, and I swapped it for 2 shiny quarters 'cause 2 is more than 1. And then I took the quarters and traded them to Lou for 3 dimes. I guess he don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then along came old blind Bates, and just 'cause he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes, and 4 is more than 3. And I took the nickels to Hiram Coombs down at the seed feed store, and that fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad, and he got red in the cheeks and closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak. So I have a challenge for you. He started out with $1. At the end of the poem, he had 5 pennies. Okay, I want you to figure out how much each time, how much money did he end up losing, thinking that he was getting more because it was a number of coins instead of the amount the coins are worth. So it's kind of fun. I want you to, you can even rewind this and go back and listen to what the different coins were. But it's pretty silly. Okay, the last poem that I want to read to you is called Runny. It's from the book Runny Babbit. And I want you to listen to this. It's going to help us to come up with our camp name. Okay, so, it is called Runny Babbit. And it says, "Hi, kids. Look at the word Runny Babbit. What do you notice? What kind of an animal is this? It's not a runny babbit. It's a, you're right, bunny rabbit. Look what they've done. They've taken the first sound of each word and switched them. Let's listen to this poem. Way down in the green woods where the animals all play, they do things and they say things in a different sort of way. Instead of saying purple hat, they all say herple pat. Instead of saying feed the cat, they just say seed the fat. So if you say, oh my doggies. So if you say, let's beat a rook, that's Billy as can say, you're talking Runny Babbit talk, just like the mim and hey. Oh no, just like the mim and he. Okay, so I want you to, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with our camp name. And what you're going to do is you're going to think about your first and your last name, and you're going to switch the first sound of each name, which is how Kisses got her name. Her name is Kisses Mastillo. Hmm, that's what I did. I switched the beginning sound of Mrs. Castillo, and that's how I got Kisses Mastillo. So I want you to figure out what your camp name is, and tomorrow I want you to tell your teacher. Anyway, have a really great time, you guys, and see if you can check out the Despero. The a few more chapters of Despero. There's a craft for you to do, and I think that's all. Oh, I have a preview. Next week's read aloud is this guy. Do you guys know who this is? Look at his fun little tail. And you know what my naughty dog did? Just tonight, I got out this guy, and look at his whiskers are here on this side. My dog Bodie ate his whiskers off tonight. Naughty dog. Have a great night, you guys, and I'll see you at school tomorrow. Bye. Oh, also too, oh, this is big. I'm not going to tell you what the secret code is in this fireside chat. You have to watch the Despero story or Despero video and listen to the story. It might be in there or it might be in the craft. Okay, so or it could be in Miss Stevens' new camp song. So check all of those out. That's a lot of things to do tonight. Remember, you can come and watch this anytime. I think it's really fun to think about us all watching it at the same time at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. But here's the thing. It's not live recorded. So you can, I add it on Thursday night, but you can watch it anytime. So it's available. And so if you aren't able to watch all of it tonight, that's okay. You've got more time this week. You can come back and watch more. And also too, I think it's really fun if you watch the camp songs more than once so that you can learn them. Hopefully we can start to sing them. Anyway, happy Camp Read a Lot, and I hope you have a really good time. I will see you next time with this guy. Bye.